What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. So, Dr. Umar Johnson recently exposed Kamala Harris's camp for offering him $10,000 for an interview. And he named names saying that individuals, in particular radio host Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and D.L. Hughley, have all been compensated to shame black people into staying blue and to keep voting blue. All right. He said, quote, "The black vote ain't for sale no more," in a live stream video. "Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face." Umar chastised syndicated radio host Ricky Smiley for crying on the radio in support of Harris. Quote, "Ricky Smiley, I love you, but crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. If you want to cry for Kamala, or as he called her, Kobama Harris, you can do that in the privacy of your home." Then he turned his attention to Steve Harvey, who went viral for telling black people to shut up and vote, basically. That's what he said. I just talked about it yesterday. It's a quote, "Y'all only carried on because y'all get paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote, but they're getting paid. Y'all being bought." Umar said the Harris camp offered him $10,000 for an interview with Harris, but he declined, said, quote, "I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what can you buy and own. You're dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. Now, there are some people who said that, I've seen some content creators say they doubt whether he's actually telling the truth. He's just capping. But then he provided text messages from the Harris campaign to validate his claim. And I'm trying to see if I can put this up here. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. I hope it shows up properly. Hope it shows up properly. Okay, so let me see if this is showing. All right, so this is what he posted. It's hard to see. It's hard to see, but okay, this is what he's saying. Okay, he said, it says, "Hey, Dr. Umar Johnson." He blurted out the name of the person who messaged him. "From the Harris 2024 team, you are a big part of the black community. Can you help us by completing a Zoom meeting with VP Kamala Harris? Paying, are you looking for about an hour? Or looking for about an hour of your time? Please advise if you'd like to complete the Zoom call. Your help can get us across the finish line. Harris 2024. And then he replies, "Peace and Pan-Africanism. I hope that all is well. I'm not interested in your money. However, I am very interested in having the Zoom conversation with VP Harris to discuss our needs and her plans for the black community. This Zoom must be live casted to the national Black community and may not be pre-recorded. I promise to be completely respectful of the Vice President, but I will ask direct questions about miseducation, mass incarceration, police brutality, economic strangulation, gentrification, migrant crisis, reparations, and the need for a federal anti-Black hate crimes bill. Well, that pretty much meant they said no, because from what I understand, and from what I guess common sense will tell anybody, they will compensate you, but you got to speak from a script. You know, basically, if you did do interviews, it'll be softball questions that they pre-read and pre-approve, like Steve Harvey, and don't challenge her and don't ask for anything in return. And if push comes to shove, browbeat your people to come vote for her. Shame Black people. Shame Black people into voting blue. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much, I guess he's telling the truth. He gave receipts because I guess he knew people was going to say that. Look, at the end of the day, we've been saying this for a while. Common sense been dictating this for a while. I've been saying this for years, that my suspicions were that these people are being compensated because, you know, it's just too, the tactics. You know what I'm saying? The tactics was too political. When I say too political, I mean, these are what politicians do. This is what they do to us. They don't want to hear what we got to say. They just try to say, look, because they get irritated. You know, they're like, well, what are you niggas complaining about? Didn't we give you civil rights 60 years ago? You should be kissing our feet forever. We got to give you nothing. Just go to the polls and vote. Or when they do the nice guy approach, they hold cookouts or food, you know, or cookouts or fish fries, or maybe, you know, hold some type of festival or whatever, feed you, you know, entertain you, see some booty twerking, hear some bad dancing. See some bad dancing and hear some bad singing. And then, you know, they demonize the opposition. That's supposed to be the motivation for each other to vote. And then afterward, you don't see them again for another 2 to 4 years. That's the play. And I know people are going to come on here doing, oh, so what you saying? Vote Trump? That's like saying, hey, man, this girl that you're going out with, man, I just don't think that this is the right girl for you, bro. Like, you know, I just think she's using you. Look, I know you have feelings for this girl. I know you're attached to this girl. But, look, there are other fish in the sea. Or you could just work on yourself right now, bro. You don't have to be subjecting yourself to this misery, man. I don't like how she using you. That's just some other dumb motherfucker saying, oh, what are you supposed to say? What are you trying to say? He supposed to be gay? What are you talking about? As if his choice is to be with this woman or suck cock. You have other choices. Other women, i.e. other candidates, or just send your black ass home. I'm so sick of that. You vote for Trump? Just like I'm sick of these dudes anti-criticize Trump. You look at you on a Democratic plantation like every other Negro. Shut up. God, I'm so sick of you low IQ cretins. I hate to have to share a planet with you. Breathing all the smart people's air. You need to have 105 IQ at least to breathe air. If not, take your ass on the ground and live with the goddamn groundhogs. But anyway, we've been saying this for a while, man, and we have a right to expect something for our vote, especially people who work and pay taxes. If we work and pay taxes, we have a right to expect something for our vote. I mean, aren't these lawmakers, their income Their income, the money they make, comes from our taxes. The 180,000 or so congressmen make and senators make, the $400,000 a year the president makes. I think the vice president makes $200,000 a year. That's tax money. Even though I know they enrich themselves in illegal ways and unethical ways, but still, that's our hard-earned tax money. So we have a right as taxpayers to expect something. Not just for the president. The president ain't some magician who can wave some wand, but it starts from the presidency on down. Then we got to do our part too. We have to become more active and more involved in the local level. So that's why I don't advocate not voting at all. I say don't vote. This is how I put it. The higher the position, the less influence they have directly on me. But mayors, city council, that's all very important. So to just sit around and not vote at all and say your vote don't matter, then you kind of being irresponsible. They don't complain when the people who you don't support don't get into power, and the people who do vote have all the pull because they go to the polls. They organize. They get their people to vote. The Latinos, white people, especially older white people, Asians, they get their people mobilized. We find excuses not to vote. And I'm not saying vote for particular candidates. I'm just talking about orders. I'm not talking about Kamala or Trump or the president's election. I'm talking about on a local level. We find excuses not to vote. So we have to demand something from these candidates, especially on the local and state level, but we also have to get more involved ourselves. But having said that, back to these two clowns and the state level and senators and congressmen, if you want us to vote, then we demand something for that. I'm sorry. We demand something. Look, reparations is something that we've been owed for generations, right? But let's put that aside for a second. It cannot be rationally explained to me why in the world we don't even have a hate crime bill in our name. It makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. On the national level, we've been voting Democratic now for over 90 years. And we've had, at best, marginal improvement. Marginal. There's been so many other groups that have come over here and have leapfrogged us. And we're getting tired of that. We're getting tired of that. So, yeah, sometimes I say this. Either we have to sit an election out, sit our black asses down, or maybe as a protest, maybe we do have to vote Republican. I'm not saying to support Trump, and I'm not even saying he's the right one. But maybe we do have to do that. Just to protest and tell these motherfuckers we can't be taken advantage of. The same way that we go out and protest when an ally ain't doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. I don't understand why is it when we use the same logic when it comes to the Democratic Party, somehow people not hearing that. They're not hearing it. Well, what are you saying? Well, we got to vote. We don't have to do a goddamn thing. We don't have to vote Democratic every year. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? Sometimes I think some people will kill for the Democratic Party. Yeah, some people show more loyalty to this party than their damn kids. No wonder they got 90% of the vote for so damn long. But anyway, salute to Dr. Umar Johnson for exposing these people. As we've said before, man, these people are just paid circus performers. We got no business oftentimes talking about politics, especially Steve Harvey, man. He was an ignorant. Which ain't got to do nothing for for our people. Shut your ass up.